We also welcome Mr. Rajesh Jindal, Principal Government Polytechnic, Manasa, Mr. Suresh Reddy, Director SRF Foundation, Mr. Ravi Pahuja, Ramakant Munjal Foundation, Professor Shyam Menon, Mr. Abhay Sharma, and senior faculty and staff members of BMU. ACIC-BMU has been set up by BML Munjal University along with the support of Atal Innovation Mission, AIM NITI Aayog, to promote and support innovation and entrepreneurship. It focuses on encouraging innovators within the university and the community near the university. Today's event is being organized to highlight the importance placed by ACIC-BMU on building an innovative ecosystem to encourage community members and help them address community problems and opportunities. I would now like to invite Mr. Manglesh Yadav, Professor Shyam Menon, Mr. Abhay Sharma, and Professor Ravinder Singh to light the lamp. I would now like to invite Professor Ravinder Singh, ACIC-BMU CEO, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you. Dr. Chintan, we miss you being here in person, but thank you for joining online. Professor Shyam Menon, board member, ACIC-BMU Foundation, Mr. Abhay Sharma, board member, ACIC-BMU Foundation, Mr. Manglesh Yadav, program director, Atal Innovation Mission, team members from Atal Innovation Mission, Anmol, Vitasta, and Bhavya, Mr. Rajesh Jindal from Government Polytechnic, Manasa, principal there, distinguished guests, deans, faculty, students, and the CIF fellows who are here, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. It's my and our pleasure and privilege to have you here today. Today is the official launch of ACIC-BMU Foundation. And I'll just take a little bit of time to explain what this official launch is. This story started way back in March 2020, when we were selected as one of the first batch to set up Atal Community Innovation Center at BML Munjal University. The center got operationalized in April 2021. That's the time when we did the second celebration. The first one is in March when we were selected. Second one was when we started operations in April 2021. And today, the third one. So really, we are 3 times lucky to have applied for and been selected for Atal Community Innovation Center. By being 3 times lucky, we also realize that today gives us a great opportunity to recommit, rededicate ourselves to the objective with which we had started Atal Community Innovation Center. The key mission that's there for ACICs all across the country and for us is really to build innovation infrastructure, build innovative spirit, entrepreneurial mindset amongst the youth, especially the youth, because they are the ones who are going to take the country forward. And with this youth as a key member of the community, that's where our focus be. So this for us is the third time lucky and the third time rededicated effort. And we take this opportunity to have you with us and thank you for this. Over the last 19 months that we've been operational, we've done several activities and we've seen some early results. Of course, these results are not our destination. We need to do a lot more, but there have been some good outcomes, and I would like to take a few minutes to share them with you. One of the things that we have tried to do is to reach out to community meaning our students or faculty. So that's not the only community, that's an immediate community that we of course have as being part of the university. But community also for us includes school children, polytechnic students which are around and nearby. They may not have all the facilities and the infrastructure that could promote innovation entrepreneurship. So we are working with them, we are reaching out to them. And we're also reaching out to the industry. There are a lot of small and medium enterprises in the Gurgaon deep banana belt. We're close to about 75,000 small and medium enterprises, which so far have relied entirely on a bigger company, especially an automotive company, to be their buyer. But now they're seeing a need to inculcate innovation within themselves, build an innovative capability. That's the other community member that we are focusing on. While doing all of this, what we've done is we've tried to do things which would be new. So we've done things like entrepreneurial learning through gamification. So we've done entrepreneurship game. We've also picked up community members who have keenness to pursue an idea, this show of passion. Then we have a program for them called Foundation Program for Aspiring Entrepreneurs. This is a program in which design thinking principles are used to develop a very, very early stage raw idea and take them to a stage where they can take it to a prototype or a proof of concept and then get into creating a venture. One of the examples that you see later in the startup expo is Ferry. Ferry is a startup which joined us as part of the foundation program. 6 months ago, they graduated. And 6 months now, thereafter, they're at a point of actually launching the venture. Okay. And I will not take the wind out of what they are doing. I think I'll let them explain to you when you go to the startup expo. That's not all. We've been partnering with people who have already been very active with community. So BML Munjal Foundation, which has been working with community, especially villages around Aruveda for last over a decade. They have a strong network. They provide women with vocational skills training. The one thing that they realized was that while women learn vocational skills, they still rely on the foundation of somebody else to generate a demand for their skill. So what we did with them was we started a micro enterprise training program with them, wherein we added on the business training to the vocational skills. So with the intent that that would encourage, enable these women to then start micro enterprises at their village. So let's say a lady were to learn a beautician course. She could turn to become a beautician, wait for some orders to come, or else she could just start a small beauty salon in her village and maybe employ 2 or 3 other people to work with her. That's the kind of power of creating a small enterprise at a village level. So that's what we are doing. While we're doing all of this, we are also trying to connect with a lot of startups across the country through Propel Pitch Fest, where we organize pitching contests and the hope to bring them in. But then we organize master classes, panel discussion, investor clinics for them to be able to support them and create a pipeline which could be not only to our incubator, it could be to other incubators. And then we also have a lot of people here who have been coming regularly, interacting with our startup students as part of fireside conversations. Colonel Anurag Jain from Milk Basket was one of the early ones to come here. Rajiv Gulachi, Samir Gupta, a lot of people out here have been part of fireside conversation that we've been holding, wherein we've been talking about how challenging actually the startup world is. But that doesn't mean that you get discouraged, but you need to be well prepared. So a lot of these programs have happened, and as a result of it, if I were to look some numbers as an outcome, because end of the day, we seem to be measuring apart from qualitative, quantitative. We have now 22 startups which are integrated But the more important thing is that all these 22, 8 of them have women co-founders. So that's a very important metric. We would like this metric to continue to become a larger one. And then, if we look at this, all of that, about 10 of them are already in the market. So that's also a good thing for us. Batex here is one of the early ones. Utkarsh is our alumni. They've been working on something very, very unique in terms of lithium-ion battery charge, and as a result of that, create a circular economy, which is the potential for supporting e-mobility. So they've been done well, and they've been now getting serious funding, and we really wish them well. Similarly, we got not just startups coming in from university students or faculty, but also from outside. So we kept it that we need to get outside startups to give fresh ideas and create a good interface between us and the outside world. So some of these are good things, but more recently, which is what we are again very excited about, is starting a program where we will work with polytechnic students. So we've reached out and connected with Government Polytechnic at Manesar, where we intend to engage with the students over there, to identify what are the good ideas they have, and then run our foundation program at their premise. And from there, the promising startups will join the ACIC-BMU. So what we're looking for is extending our reach and then bringing in the people out. These are some of the things we're doing. And while we're doing all of this, I would like to mention that the university is not like the ocean between Peter and Island. What I see the university is like a great big garden where, because of our lineage with the Hero group, with the ethos of innovation entrepreneurship, it is so ingrained in the ethos of Hero group. What we have is a large startup which is allowing, giving us a special space to grow further. So we have here Institute of Innovation Entrepreneurship, which actually drives programs, formal courses during the programs, which helps students to understand innovation, creativity, entrepreneurship, and build at a very high level of entrepreneurial mindset. That's the other great thing that we have. So we have a very, very, what we call a supportive environment around the ACIC at the BMU, which helps us to do so much more. And as you go today, I mean, after the event out here, we would request you to go to Startup Expo. And also, if you have time, visit our labs to see what kind of facilities exist here and how what we have achieved so quickly. Why is that so? It's because of the bigger environment. Not taking too much time, I'd like to stop here, and I would like to thank especially so many of you who have taken time out to come here. And really, I'm thoroughly humbled with your love and your affection. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Professor Shyam Menon, board member, ICIC-BMU and Vice Chancellor BMU, is a distinguished practitioner in institutional development and renewal at higher education.
Thank you very much. I'm here as a board member of the ACIC. In fact, I think it's a very significant step forward for not just BMU, but for Indian higher education as a whole. Because in India, as you know, the higher education had its origins, recent origins, modern higher education, in colonial past. So the colonial conception of higher education to India was actually to create babus. So, from that limited origins, even limited expectations from higher education, we have made a leap forward in terms of aiming at not creating job seekers, but actually job creators, wealth creators, and those who have opened up their imaginative faculty to think of new ways of life, and new ways of living, and new ways of social arrangements. So it's in that sense, ACIC being ACIC's location in BMU is symbolic of a larger development that Indian higher education has gone through. I mean, Devinder was using this metaphor of the garden and the tree. I would actually say that the ACIC has been a ventilator and a window for the university to look at the community and look at the world outside. Because you must remember one thing, that this university was started with a expectation of creating entrepreneurially oriented graduates. It was never conceptualized as a place where you know, they will just feed into the job market. That was never the conception. So, our promoters, the Hero Group, had worked very clear that I think their own founder was entrepreneurially oriented. That's precisely the model founder after whom this university is named, as entrepreneurially oriented. That was what was aimed at as a core objective of this university. And second thing was actually to be bold and imaginative. Late Dr. Munjal used to say, apparently you should dream big. So the dreaming was very much part of his conception of growing up. So if both these things are possible through innovation and entrepreneurship being woven into the university's fabric. And ACIC is in a way an outcome of that. It dovetailed with the government initiative of Innovation Mission and the Atal Innovation Mission, and made use of this opportunity to establish. Yes, the christening of or the baptism of this little child is happening a little late, but the child has already started toddling around and you know, and doing very well. I was very healthy. So it's a late baptism, but all the same, I think it's welcome that it's happening. As we said, we are 3 times lucky. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to do it.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Chintan Vaishnav is a social technologist, an engineer trained to design and build large-scale systems that possess both human as well as technological complexities. Presently, he serves as the Mission Director for Atal Innovation Mission, a flagship initiative of the Government of India under the auspices of the NITI Aayog. Dr. Chintan is on leave from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology for his present assignment. As a teacher, innovator, and entrepreneur, he has split his time between teaching and research at MIT and living and working with rural communities in India to build solutions that can overcome constraints fundamental to improving human conditions. I invite Dr. Chintan Vaishnav to share his thoughts.
Yeah, no.
That's the smart way of explaining.
Just
I think there is some internet issue and he'll be joining us shortly. Meanwhile, I'd like to invite Mr. Mangesh Yadav, Mr. Sanmol Sehgal, Ms. Tata Tiwari, Mr. Rajesh Jindal, Mr. Ravi Pahuja, Professor Kavinder Singh, and Mr. Srinath Shaw, will be being present here to please and will be played. We have a short video that is to be played. These are messages from our well-wishers and our mentors who are hoped to be here today, but due to certain constraints were unable to. Just... We have Dr. Chintan Vaishnav here.
Check with him if he's able to hear us.
Slide from us.
Good afternoon, sir. Are we audible? Dr. Chintan, are we audible to you?
Yes.
So if you could just unmute and we just check if all connections are.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome. An introduction of Dr. Chintan Vaishnav, the social technologist, an engineer trained to design and build large scale.
Can you see me now?
Yes, sir, we can see you.
Okay.
That possess both human as well as technological complexities. Presently, he serves as the Mission Director for Atal Innovation Mission, a flagship initiative of the Government of India, under the auspices of the NITI Aayog. Dr. Chintan is on leave from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, scientist, teacher, innovator, and artist. He has split his time between research at MIT and living and working with rural communities in India to build solutions that can overcome constraints fundamental to improving human conditions. Dr. Chintan Vaishnav, I'd like to invite you to share your thoughts.
Thank you so much. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. Sorry, I am at this new building called Vanijya Bhavan for Ministry of External Affairs, and the connection here is extraordinarily poor. So my apologies for going in and out and not being able to turn on the video. So now I finally stepped out of the building. So in the hope that signal will be better, and looks like it is. So it's first of all, congratulations on this the third event, as I heard, in this series of celebrations, and for the launch of ACIC-BMU. Believe me, we really tried to move things on my calendar for me to be there, and I was fully prepared to be there. But as of last night, again, something came up and I had to stay back here. In the connection with the G20, as you all know, we are going to be the host country next year, and there's going to be something called Startup 20. So this meeting is in that context. So anyway, I'm also sure that you are in the able hands of our great team, Mangalesh, Pramit, Vitasta, Anmol, and friends. So I'm sure you'll all have a great celebration, but I'm sorry to be missing it. Anyway, I think the ACIC journey, especially I heard about some automotive sector startups and so on earlier on in the proceedings. And the hope here is that, see, we all already had something called the AIC, as you know, the Atal Incubation Centers. And the ACIC has an additional C in it. That C is for community. And hopefully with ACIC, we will discover a model where more and more innovation can be done for community, with community, at community, by community, etc. And even in the automotive sector, there's a huge need. I mean, personally, I have been a researcher in this sector. I was over 3 years before I came here because before I came here, when, for example, at MIT, there was the report commission called the Future of Mobility, where for 3 years I worked with some of the globally best minds in this sector. And one of the things that I realized, which is very unique to India, and I don't think a lot of people are looking at it also, is the idea that much of our livelihoods in parts of India depend with the old automotive industry, that is, well, old meaning the traditional automotive industry, which is based on the internal combustion engine. That industry has many garages, for instance, if you look at around our community, that maintain and service these vehicles, and they have a system of apprenticeship and passing on the know-how, as you also know, whereby young people learn how to do this and they earn their livelihood and all that. But as these new automotive vehicles come into picture, because the technological base, the entire drive chain changes, and these vehicles have fewer parts, they are going to be easier to maintain, etc. And then eventually we will also go to automotive, automated driverless cars and all. That's a few years down the road. But anyway, how will we migrate our people whose livelihoods are dependent on the old type of industry? I mean, that kind of innovation, I'm just using this as an example, that kind of innovation is really something that an ACIC like place should think about, because they can do it very hands-on, right? And so I'm very hopeful that in your vicinity and through your network, you will combine the idea of great innovation with very high relevance to the community. And we are in this journey together. So it's not that we have answers to how to do it yet, but this is the opportunity when we can do something like this. So I won't take a lot more time here. I will hand it back to you all, because the celebration must go on, and it will be much more exciting for all of you who are there in person. And I also need to run back to my MEA meeting. But I am once again, my apologies for not being able to be there with you in person. But I am extremely excited that this is the center is being launched today, and we can do much more work together in various fields. You are also closer to Atal Innovation Mission physically. So, I mean, in the geographical distance. So I think we'll be able to be in much more active touch. And we are here for you. We're here to work with you and discover this future together. All the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. We're glad you could join us today. I'd request a student volunteer to please play the video messages from our well-wishers and mentors.
It's my great privilege and pleasure as a coordinator at ACIC-BMU Foundation to stand amid the great talents and innovation and to thank one and all present here. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Chintan Rashno. He could not come because of his busy schedule, and guiding us, talking to us, and talking about us. I sincerely pay my gratitude to Chintan sir. I would like to thank our VC, Professor Shyam Menon, for his never-ending support to our ACIC Incubation Center. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, sir. And when it comes to the motivation and when it comes to our motivation about I'm so sorry. So it's my privilege to thank all our deans, the faculties, for their never-ending support to helping our startups, our students, growing entrepreneurial mindset, helping them, guiding them to the incubation center so that we can work with them and help them start their entrepreneurial business. I would like to thank all the faculties, staff, students who are working on the background to make this event a successful one. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the heroes behind today's event. Our students, volunteers, Nepal, Navneet, Danish, Prathan, Fatima, for making this event successful, live, happy. And I thank one and all present here for being a part of this afternoon with ACIC-BMU. I thank you all once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now like to request all guests to please move to the Startup Expo. And a big thank you to everybody for being here.